Hello everybody, it's Max McAllister and I'm here today to show you how to install a Mossberg heat shield onto a Mossberg 590 Shockwave 12 gauge shotgun. Now the reason I'm doing this video is because there really isn't a Mossberg heat shield available for a Mossberg 590 Shockwave, at least that I can find. There's a kind of a cheesy plastic piece of junk on the market, but I'm not even going to talk about that. So the nice high quality Mossberg shield that's Parkerized is a really nice product if you can find it presently. But again, it's not designed to fit the Mossberg 590. So the barrel, the 14-inch barrel on the Mossberg 590 is is thicker up at the head than would be one of the normal longer barreled guns. And so it requires that you modify it. Now, this is true of just the gun to get it onto just the shotgun. But then coupling that with, if you're using the Magpul MOE Forend, it definitely does not fit at all and is a total mess. But I've got a way to do all of that. So I'm going to give you the short version of it here today. I'll go through it kind of quickly. So anyway, you know the drill. Make sure your weapon is clear before you begin any work on it. And you know, on a Mossberg 590, it's very simple. You just remove the barrel nut. The barrel comes right off. Put the gun down. Now, when you go to install this, the first thing you'll notice is that there's a bead sight on it that has to be removed, and it'll be permanently removed. So it's a little 5/32 nut. You'll just unscrew that. Be sure to keep it in case you ever wanted it, but it's a little tiny brass part. And then you'll be able to slide the Mossberg heat shield on over the barrel from the front end. It slips past the barrel ring there. And I've done this on a couple of different guns, and Mossberg has variations in these, and I've not been able to figure them out myself personally. But some of them will glide right up onto the big end of the chamber of the barrel easily. This one did. Sometimes those have to be spread a little bit. The end down here normally near the barrel normally gets a plastic spreader that stops you from over torquing or over crimping the heat shield itself. But that doesn't fit this barrel. So if you want a proper metal Parkerized Mossberg heat shield on here, or as close to proper as you can get, you're going to have to modify it. Now, the way I did that is using a couple of crescent wrenches. Or if you happen to have a nice set of these like Knipex non-marring pliers, you can use those. And basically you're going to grab each side of the tangs of the ear before it goes on the barrel, and you're just going to open it a little bit at a time. Make sure you reach way down onto the heat shield, grab as much as possible, and spread it open. You want to get it to where it just barely will go on and fits very, very snugly, okay? Once it's on, you can open your tool, whatever hopefully you have something nice and smooth like this, and you can kind of crimp those ears back towards each other some. Sorry about this. Let's go one there. And you can kind of crimp the ears towards each other. Don't go crazy, all right? You just want to bend them a little bit if they can. If you don't have a nice smooth tool, you can use some heavy cardstock or a piece of cardboard, and then a normal channel lock to avoid marring up your new heat shield. All right. So once you get that barrel in place, the next thing you're going to have to do is put hardware on it. So the plastic parts supplied with Mossberg won't fit this anymore. So you're going to have to come up with your own hardware. You will use the two Mossberg nuts. Now, some barrels, not this Mossberg 590 with the 14-inch barrel, but some of the tactical guns, like with a breacher barrel, will let you still use two screws. If you do, that's great. If not, this one, in the case of it, in order to be able to unthread the barrel nut, I can only use one screw, because as you're unthreading the nut, it would hit the second screw. And that's fine. It works just fine. What I'm using is a number 632 by 1¼ oval head screw, which is just readily available at Home Depot. So it's got that tapered kind of oval shape to it. And what you're going to have to do is actually bend this screw. Just try and bend it into an arc. Protect the end of the threads where you're going to be putting the nut on. The rest of it, if you do any kind of damage here or mar a thread or two, it doesn't matter because we're not using that section of the threads. But what you're going to have to do is, don't be afraid to look down the barrel, but here, see that bend I've put in that screw there? Okay, so that screw you're going to have that bend too. So don't try and bend it one time into a hat. Take several gentle bends, 2 or 3 across, and create an arc. Now, you'll once the heat shield is oriented properly on the gun, which is just left to right, vertical, even, horizontal, the 2 sides, you'll put the bolt through. It is curved. Now, you're not going to be able to turn the screw because the screw's bent. So you want to just hold the screw with a screwdriver, and you're going to turn the nut. It's an 8mm nut, so just turn the nut, not the screw. So keep that in mind. You're holding the screw with the arc in the orientation that it's on the barrel, and that way you don't make any scratches or anything on your barrel. So now we've got the heat shield on the barrel. Now when you go to install it, if you have the standard Mossberg Forend, you're done. Put the gun back together, go have fun. If you're going to use the Magpul MOE Forend, which gives you M-lock accessory capability and places to put lights and stuff like that, now it doesn't work. And the problem is the heat shield overlaps the MOE grip, and they're both roughly the same size. So they actually just, first of all, you can't even get the barrel on. It just won't go on. So the trick is you got to get the heat shield curled inside of the MOE forend and the forend flared open so that the grip forend will slide above the heat shield. So simple way to do the heat shield is, again, hopefully you have a non-marring plier, some sort of a soft cloth, and you're just going to walk down the cloth with the tool and just squeeze gently and watch the heat shield. It will bend in quite easily. You're not trying to bring it to the barrel, but I mean you can watch it. It flexes very easy, right? Now I'm not flexing it hard enough to bend it, but with a little bit of more pressure, it actually will start to bend. So you're reducing the gap. It's actually flared from the factory in almost a wide pattern around the barrel. You're just trying to form it to the barrel more so that it's more rounded in nature. All right, and don't go too far because this is easy to do, and just come back and just keep adding a little more, add a little more if you need. So just bring it in to where it's kind of rounded some. Then next, same thing. If you don't have a fancy tool, I would just lay some heavy cardstock, a piece of cardboard, the back of a sheet of a notebook like this will protect it. Now, the trick to the MOE forend, you're going to take your crescent wrench again, put it over the forend, adjust it very tightly to the forend, and you're just going to start bending it. Walk down the plastic and bend it. You just flare it open and just move literally all the way down along the end of the forend, and you'll flare it, and it'll just flex. The plastic will give, it will yield, and it will stay bent away. Doesn't take a lot. From Magpul, it's kind of like this. You're just trying to get it to go like that. And that's all it'll take. Then once you do that, you'll go back and forth, just fitting your barrel quickly to see how you've done with your overlap. And when you get it all right, everything's right in the universe. Let me mine's obviously done. So when you get it all right in the universe, you should have a nice gap, clearance between the MOE Forend and your Mossberg heat shield. Because obviously the Forend toggles some, you know, it has some slop. Actually, if you got it real nice, it won't even really drag, even if you've got it kind of cocked while you're running the gun. So, and after that, go out to the range and have some fun. So that's how I fit a Mossberg heat shield to my Mossberg 590 Shockwave. Hopefully this video helps you if you're stuck in this and trying to figure out how to get this done. Please like this video and share with your friends if they've got a Shockwave and they're having trouble getting this same project completed. Don't forget to share this video, okay? Thanks a lot.